Senator Johnson, it's good to see you. I want to ask you about something you wrote to your constituents. In just the last matter of days, we have seen the head of the PUC resign, ERCOT CEO Bill Magnus get fired by the board. And you told your constituents it's tempting to call for heads to roll, but beware in our overzealous search for personal fault. We're almost certainly going to miss the larger structural and systemic issues of failure and loss, and that leads to mistakes we cannot afford. Are you concerned now with those two top people gone that the situation might be viewed as being over?
I am concerned about that because, and I think we need to have continued pressure from the public and continued pressure and understanding within the legislature that we do have larger systemic structural problems with the way we have designed our market. Absolutely.
Well, what kind of say do you think Democrats are going to have in a fix? And secondly, is there any change out there that's being talked about in the back halls of the Capitol that you might oppose?
I think that the partisanship is not going to be as important on this issue as it is on some other things. There are some, there's always contests between renewables and thermals, but even that doesn't always follow along partisan lines. I will happily report that the conversations, the studies, the questions right now have, like I said, less partisan. It's not that it's absent, but I intend for my voice to be prominent in all of this, as well as my fellow Democrats, and I'm working with my Republican colleagues. I don't think partisanship is going to cripple us on this one.
ERCOT CEO Bill Magnus got a year's salary as part of his severance, more than $800,000. What's your reaction to that?
It was set up as a private entity, and that's how private entities do things. If you want someone not to get a severance package, you have to elect them.
One thing under discussion is potentially putting the Railroad Commission, which has elected members, putting that under the Public Utility Commission, which has appointed members. What's your take on that?
It's addressing a serious problem because what we have is a utility, electricity, whose prices are dependent on a commodity, natural gas, which is regulated by a completely separate entity. So it makes some sense to collapse the oversight of the whole system. Now, whether it's going to be elected officials or appointed officials, that's a difficult question too. So without trying to come up with a structure, it addresses a problem that we need to address.
On Wednesday, businesses will be able to open at 100% capacity, and the governor said that face masks are no longer going to be mandated by the state just in the next few days here. Is that a mistake?
It was astonishing. I don't know anybody else who thinks that was a good idea. And I hope that history proves his judgment good, because I don't want people to get sick and die. But no, I don't think it was good judgment. I think it was, frankly, intended to kind of shift the conversation away some of our own problems.
All right. Senator Nathan Johnson, it's good to see you again. Thanks for the time.
Thank you for having me here again.